getting clients wasn't the hardest part of entrepreneurship for me. It was the weight of having so many clients after just having zero. I had just said yes to God about a business. I had just decided what I wanted to do. And I ended up coming across an opportunity to purchase an existing business. And it came with an existing clientele. So I went from not having any clients to having weekly, monthly, bi-monthly clients. And so for some people, it looks like, it probably looked like I skipped the hardest part. But for me, it was very hard. I was overwhelmed all the time. I was anxious. And, back then, I probably thought that was maybe because of my skills or something like that. But as time went on, I learned it was really because my identity hadn't caught up yet with my reality. See, I was living based on the older version of myself, and I was telling myself this story that I wasn't capable, despite having evidence of the opposite in my life. And that's one of the things that happens that people don't usually talk about. It's not just about saying yes to God, but it's about your identity, and it's about the mindset underneath. It's about the stories that you constantly replay in your head. And so, for you, maybe you're in a place where your business has grown to have more clients than you expected. And maybe that is a good thing, because if you have a business, you want clients. But maybe for you, you're overwhelmed. Maybe you're fighting fear and anxiety. And I would just like to challenge you and would like to submit to you that what if that's a result of discomfort from being expanded? What if God is stretching your capacity for the more that he actually wants to give you? And maybe that's why you're uncomfortable. It reminds me of, I'm a mom, and it reminds me of, when you're giving birth. And there's extreme discomfort, right? And pain involved in the birthing process. But out comes new life. There's something beautiful on the other side. And so I'm here to encourage you and tell you that there is something new. There is something beautiful. There is something encouraging on the other side of this discomfort that you feel. And that I got good news, which is that it's not based on your skills. You've probably been thinking you're not qualified enough. That's not what's happening. We need to change the story that is replaying in your mind about who you are and what you're capable of doing. So if that sounds like you, if any of that resonates, follow for more.